Hello there. Well, once again, it's been another calm and quiet day across the region because we've had high pressure in control of things, keeping us calm and quiet. Now, we're looking at similar conditions as we move into Friday, but then all change by the time we get to the weekend. Some outbreaks of rain in places, and then the heads up for next week, where it's going to be turning much colder. So currently our temperatures are around average or just a little bit above average for the time of year. But you can see as we go through the weekend and into next week, we start to draw in that cold Arctic air. So by the middle part of next week, you can see the blues on the chart there hinting at some very cold conditions, and there will be some frosty nights and days to come too. Now in the meantime though, for the rest of this evening, when it stays quiet out there, it's dry. We've got a mix of cloud and clear skies. Of course, when we get the clear skies tonight with those light winds, there will be some frost in places and also a few pockets of mist and fog too. And that's how we start things tomorrow. So a chilly old start to the day first thing, some mist and fog. Some of that could be stubborn and slow to clear, but eventually it will lift. And for most of us, by the afternoon, it's looking glorious out there. Plenty of autumnal sunshine across the region, but a bit of a chill in the air. That's all thanks to that cold start tomorrow morning. So we're only looking at highs this time of around 9 or 10 degrees. And looking further ahead towards the weekend, well, low pressure eventually taking control of things. And you can see we have got this front working its way towards us. That's going to bring some outbreaks of rain, I think, later on Saturday and into Sunday. And then behind that, we'll start to see a change in wind direction. So as I mentioned earlier, turning much colder into next week, especially during the overnight period. Bye-bye. Hello again. So the weather perked up quite nicely across the country throughout today. It was calm and quiet, and that was all thanks to an area of high pressure which has been dominating in recent days. Now looking ahead towards the next few days, well, it will be calm again on Friday with plenty of sunshine for many, but then all change by the time we get to the weekend. More cloud around with some outbreaks of rain in places, and eventually it will be turning much colder out there too. Now in the short term, you can see still holding on to that relatively mild air, but gradually as we go through the next few days, cold Arctic air will be working its way southwards, and you can see as we go into next week, when our temperatures will be well below average for the time of year. Now in the meantime, coming back to the rest of this evening and tonight, well, it does stay quiet out there. It is dry. We've got a mix of some low cloud, clear sky. So with the light winds and the clear skies, we will see some more pockets of mist and fog reforming, and also some frost as well away from coastal parts. And that's how we start things on Friday morning. So a chilly, a frosty and a foggy start for some, but all of that will lift, and we'll get to see some decent sunshine developing as we go through the day. Now we might just see 1 or 2 showers cropping up across more northern parts, but generally it's dry, plenty of autumnal sunshine, and temperatures there anywhere between 10 and 12 degrees. And if you are making plans for the weekend, well, as I mentioned earlier, a change in the forecast. So you can see we have got this frontal system sinking its way south, as that's going to bring some outbreaks of rain into places, and then behind that we'll see a change in wind direction. So as we go into next week, well, our temperatures falling well below average in places for the time of year. Hello there. Well, here in the East Midlands, it's a grey start to the day for some, with some frost and some fog in places, but that will continue to lift, and for most of us, some lovely autumnal sunshine across the region throughout today. It's staying dry out there, and we're looking at a top temperature up to around 10 degrees. Bye-bye. Hello there. Well, here in the West Midlands, it's a grey start to the day for some, with some frost and some fog in places, but it will lift, and we'll see plenty of autumnal sunshine developing as we go through the day. So for many, a fine end to the working week, staying dry out there, and a top temperature up to around 11 degrees.